Welcome to Making Circuit Boards with Chris Dayhut. For today's video, we're actually going to perform the isolation milling process. In this step of the entire process of making the circuit board, we're going to mill the isolation grooves around each of the pads and traces on the copper side. While we have it in the machine, we're also going to drill a number of holes for all the through-hole components and the mounting screws, as well as mill the outline shape of the circuit board. All of that just sets the stage for the next operation and the next one to get to a successful circuit board. In one of the previous episodes, I explained in great detail about the work holding. This is the blank or bulk material that we're going to make this circuit board out of. This is the area where I want to machine it. Now in that episode, I just placed it on here in a random location, and we also will need to inform the machine where this is located within the travels of the machine. So that'll be part of our setup process. Our reference point is going to be that spot right there, and that will be the reference location for where the circuit board goes, above that point and centrally located left to right. To identify that reference point on our workpiece, I need to load a tool into the spindle, and then I'll jog it over and align it at that location. This part of the setup is called setting your work offsets. You will need an offset from where the spindle is right now to our 0 point on the workpiece. So there will be an X offset, a Y offset, and a Z offset. And that's what we'll walk through on this process. Now this particular machine has an automatic tool changing system. So I'm going to let that go through, load up a tool, and then we can start those measurement steps. Now, not all machines have an automatic tool changer. In fact, it's a very rare feature on routers. But the process of measuring this work offset is very similar on most machines and most controls. To start with, I want to jog the tool all the way over to here. I can use this hand wheel to do that very accurately. Now at this point, I'm just going to bring the Z-axis down close to the copper. I'm going to move over on X and Y. And that is the position where I want my reference point or my work offsets to be established. Now I go to the control and put that data in. I'm going to get back to my main screen. I'm doing setup, part, and it's now ready to accept an offset for the X axis. It's set on X, and I'm just going to hit set, and you'll notice that that number went to 0. I'm saying that is my workpiece 0, which is where the tool is currently positioned. I'm going to go to the next axis, which is Y axis, and I'm going to hit set again. And now my X and my Y are set to 0. The Z axis is a slightly different process. On this particular machine, I have an automatic routine. When I press that button, it will automatically come over and measure our Z position of the workpiece. A very simple sensor is placed underneath the tool as it comes down. The tool will come down, touch it, make contact with it, back up, measure it again, and then go back up again. And it'll get a very accurate reading as to where the top of that workpiece is. And with that, that was the complete measurement process for our work offset. Now we need to load in the program. So I'll go back to the main screen. I'll select load. And we're doing our PCB single side op 1. Program is loaded in. We'll take a quick look at it. And this is all the G-code we were looking at and that we created a few episodes ago. Now, if I want to see what that's going to look like before I run it, I can click my graph button. Here are all of our traces in yellow. These gray circles represent hole locations where we're drilling, and then this yellow line out here is where we are going to mill the outline. I can also take a quick view in 3D to see if my elevations appear correct. You'll notice that my 1/8 inch drills go deeper than all the other drills, but other than that, it looks good to me. Now we're actually ready to run the program. During the automatic tool change cycle, you'll notice that the tool will go from there over here and touch that plate. That is a sensor that will measure the tool's length. And that's what it looks like in its raw form right off the cutter. The next thing I do is take a piece of fine sandpaper and then just lightly sand the top surface to remove all those burrs on the copper. Now I'll just get a putty knife, get it under the corner, pull off our bulk material, and I'll remove the double-sided tape from the back of that. We'll do the same with this. Catch a corner, pop it off. This is the end of our first operation. Nice looking traces. Things look good so far. Well, hopefully you picked up a few things along the way on how the isolation milling process works. We got to see that very pointy little tool cut through the copper and the substrate very gracefully and very accurately. All the holes got drilled also in the correct location and very accurately with no broken drills. Finally, we were able to mill out in a regular shaped circuit board very easily. That'll wrap up this video. In our next video, we're going to take a look at the tinning process for the copper side and the painting process for the top surface before we engrave it. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you could be so kind, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment below, or even share the video with friends who might be interested. It greatly helps the channel to grow.